This might help a little match.
You won't believe this, but we'll not be. We all turned up, ready for the wedding. Got to the church, no vicar. Where was the vicar? We searched high and low, no sign of him. So I went to his private house, no sign of him there. Wandered round, there was somebody digging in the garden. Can you tell me where the vicar? I'm the vicar, he said. How about the wedding, I said. What wedding, he said. I said, there's a wedding taking place. Nearly had the hysterics. And I nearly had the hysterics. And Mary and Sidney had it. Anyway, we managed to persuade him to leave the garden, plant seeds later on, and come back to the church and marry Mary and Sidney.
I never trust a policeman again.
Right, the reception was a sit-down do at Kennard Rooms in Richmond Road, Cardiff. Apparently your honeymoon was in London. As it rained all the time, you had to stay indoors as much as possible. So you went to the cinema 3 times and saw South Pacific 3 times. Well, apparently this remains a favourite musical of yours. Firstly, you moved in with Mary's parents, and around this time you bought your first car, saving it from a farmer's shed. This bliss, however, was shattered by the birth of your first daughter, Deborah. However, you also made a friendship with another expectant mother, June Ashdown.
You're not surprised.
In 1957 you bought your first house in Pantmower Estate, since parents also moved in with you. Near neighbours became family friends, namely Rhian and Ross Leishman. Was to come. In 1960, another daughter, Alison, joined Deborah to become the bane of their parents' lives. In 1963, Mary went to work at Glossop Terrace Maternity Hospital, where she met, among others, Pat Trott. She's here tonight with her husband, Nick. Also that year, your sister Betty, her husband Peter, and their family emigrated to Canada, and there's a message from them. 1965, the family moved to Park Crescent, Whitchurch. There they met the Coles. May, Pat and Barry have joined us tonight.
No, I didn't know it.
Can you remember?
Oh, yes, yes. Right, we went around
Just when you thought 31 Whitcombs in Spain took some organisation, that was nothing compared to this.
Also up the road, you made friends with Graham and Joan, who are responsible for Mary being here this evening, I understand.
That's another French baby.
Nevertheless, you were able to have some good holidays. There we are. Apparently this was achieved by shipping your daughters out to other people. Life was also punctuated by day trips. These expeditions always had several guaranteed components. Sid would always get lost. And while you two were arguing about this, Deb and Al, as well as your third honorary daughter, Alice, would be fighting in the back of the car. This led to Sid threatening, "Yes, if you two don't behave, we're going home." Even covering themselves in chocolate and orange squash didn't stop this behaviour. Indeed, Deborah remembers them behaving in the same way when Sid took them along with him at work. This was much to his embarrassment, as he was driving his boss around in a shiny maroon car. Back to the day trips. The last guaranteed ingredient is best described by some other people who sometimes joined you, namely Pat and Brian.
I know what it is, but I open it.
You know how wine sit up?
Those are the ones from the fridge.
I'll let you into a little secret about the gherkins. We were in Canada with Mary and Sid. Betty opened the fridge to find her jar of gherkins to make a dip, and they were gone. So she accused these two, and he said it was Sid that ate them. So Betty blamed Sid for eating them. But 2 days later, Betty found them in the back of the fridge.
Thank you very much.
Apparently they were always eating, and there was loads of food on these day trips. So in 1970, having learned to drive eventually, and having shown Deborah the real meaning of terror, Mary went to work on the district as a community nurse. Tonight, several of her colleagues have come along, namely Peggy, Joan, Eileen, Liz, Chris and Carol.
Doesn't have to. Do you want to do it, Ray?
Yes, I do. You promised that you have to make face.
Also tonight is a close friend Evelyn, whose husband you know.
You. She said, one of my ex-friends who's a husband I knew, and I was talking to you this afternoon.
So apparently in 1973 there was a famous Christmas day when, having returned from a morning's work, Mary began to cook the lunch. However, she had not counted on the effects of rum and blacks. Also, apparently on another occasion, Sid's mother couldn't eat another of Mary's meals, having lost her false teeth when sitting down the toilet.
Nothing is that bad.
In 1977, Sid went off to become a banker, or rather to work at the Midland Bank. He was told about this job by Len, whose wife Peggy already worked with Mary. This year, as well, Sid joined the Whitchurch Male Voice Choir, leading Mary to become one of their groupies. Other groupies are represented tonight by Audrey, Ivy and Pat. Pat, do you want to say a few words about people being out all the time?
You're afraid? Well, I'll say it from here.
Yes.
Secondly, don't ever go to Mary and Sid on a Thursday and say, are you in? Because she always says, no, we're out. So I've got to ask, how long will you be before they'll open the door? Or threaten to cry downstairs so all the neighbours will know. So when I start to cry, let me in, she will open the door eventually and pretend I'm welcome. She's even got Sid doing the same. Sid says no and they say, oh, that's a funny woman, tell her we're out. But they do let me in eventually. Nice to have friends.
Yes,
In 1978, your daughter Alison followed her mother into nursing, beginning her training at the same hospital in Cardiff as Mary before her.
close.
That's what I was told. This has encouraged you to travel around the world, performing in many different countries and giving joy to many people. The same year, your first grandchild, Adam, was born, followed by Alexander 5 years later. Retirement for both of you came in 1988. Apparently, one of your most recent achievements, I understand, is the creation of a prototype open-topped minibus. This was for special use by Welsh visitors to the Channel Islands. Apparently another honorary daughter, Caroline, has a small present for you.
Go on, don't you leave me.
If I had to bring you anything, I had to be a cake. I've done it, but I've got my slice ready.
Thank you very much.
As you can imagine, this has taken a great deal of organising by Deborah and Alison. One of the major operations was the delivery of a video from Canada. To do this, Betty had to arrange for a special messenger to carry it across the Atlantic, namely her husband Peter.
That's it. I know it.
So you were not enough straight.